one thing that I did for myself to get myself back on track again was get out into nature. As soon as you get into nature, then you put your phone away. There's going to be times that you should be on your phone. I get it. Email, internet, all of your media. It's all important to us. But to what extent? If you get overstimulated by negative media, then it makes you think crappy. And you're struggling like crazy. So I don't want to see that happen to any of you. So get out into nature and shut it off. Just shut it off. And when you're out there, you'll have this epiphany. You'll be like, well, that's kind of crazy. You guys ever hear of tree huggers? It's kind of a, dude's a tree hugger. I was like, okay. Kind of one of those negative connotations. If you hug a tree, you know what a tree does? It emits a frequency. And that frequency increases natural killer cells and T lymphocytes. What are those, doctor? They're immune cells that kill cancer. What? You mean I could go out into nature and get a positive response? Yes, you can. And guess who's talking to you out there? No one. Everybody in this room has to work in a box at some point, right? Heck, I even work in a box. It says, okay, so this is what I work in. What happens at the end of the day? Get out of there. Get out of there and go someplace where you can just be one. Remember when you were young and it would snow and you'd be like this? Trying to catch a silly snowflake, right? Why not do it now? They'll probably arrest you, but no, it doesn't matter. You just go, you just do it, right? Nature is the key. You get nurtured when you're in nature. And you stop thinking about what everyone else has. I'm going to tell you something. I would look around and say, well, these guys are doing great, and he's got all this stuff, and look at the wonderful kids in the house, and I'm like, but dude, they're on a ride going somewhere that I'm not. My ride goes that way. So I need to pay attention to the ride that is me over here, not over there. Now I'm watching 500 people. I came into this casino, and there was people moving everywhere, like a bunch of ants in an ant farm. I'm like, look at all these people. What are they doing? And I realized that all these people and all this stuff that we're seeing right now, this is how life works. They're all going somewhere, but I'm not going where they're going. And all of you, when you leave, you will not go to each other's homes. I hope not. You're going to spread and go back where you're supposed to be. Pay attention to your journey, not someone else's, because that's where the beauty comes in. You find out who you are, and once you understand who you are, then you're not focused on anybody else. You won't live in lack, because you're not getting what they got. Sorry. That's not your destiny. Your destiny is a little different. So you're going to live in lack. And you know what lack attracts? Lack. You know what lack then attracts? Frustration. It changes the thinking back to negativity. Because I'm not getting what I want. Of course you're not getting what you want because you're not who you're supposed to be. And to get to that place, this is how you get there. You've got to do this. You've got to practice gratitude daily. When you wake up in the morning, put your feet on the floor and thank God you just woke up in a bed, not on the forest floor. That you got a coffee in the kitchen, a kitty, I got 2 beautiful kids, I got a beautiful practice, I got money in the bank, I got all kinds of wonderful things going on. And if I wrote them all down, I'd be here for days talking about it. I got hot water in the shower, I got all these things. So what is that? Do I sound abundant? Yes, totally abundant. And abundance attracts what? Abundance. Don't you know that money is basically a reflection of energy? When you've got your stuff together emotionally and mentally and it just flows from you, money wants to be part of that. People will invest in you. You're like, I don't know why. You don't have to know why. You just have to know I'm being the person I'm supposed to be. If you're trying to be somebody else, it's not going to work. It never works that way. Gratitude is everything. And when you practice gratitude, the brain is always looking for good things, and then it's going to wire itself for joy, calm, peace, and optimism. Like, wait a minute, I don't have to pay for that? Nope. You don't have to pay for it. But if you focus on the stress and the negativity, it's just going to create anxiety, and you're going to live in an anxious world. Then you're going to tell yourself that I'm anxious. Then I've had anxiety since I was a kid, and then blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's what you're focusing on. If you focus on it, the brain will bring it to you in triplicate, and it'll magnify it. You got a problem at work? Guess what? By afternoon, that problem's twice as bad as it was in the morning. It just keeps being magnified over and over and over. You just keep doing it. And it all has to come down to basically the way you think. Ever asked this question? Hey, what if it all works out? Matt's sitting over here, he's thinking, I was thinking about buying this blah, 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 blah. But I'm not sure because this could happen. What if that happens and I can't afford it and I spend too much money? And then I go, and he goes, huh? What the hell are you talking about? I just changed his emotional state and I say, hey, what if it all works out? And then he goes, yeah, you can see it in his eyes. He's like, yeah, but I'm not sure. He's still stuck in the negative. He's like, maybe. And I go, no, listen to me. What if it all works out? It was a dream, it was a thought, it was an idea, was it not? Sure was. Then you went to bed and you lost it all. Ooh, laying in bed, it's never going to work. Oh my God. Which is where we feel our most stress, right? Laying in bed, looking around, going, okay, it sounded good when I talked about it at work. It doesn't sound too good right now. So now you're sitting there and you think, wait a minute, what if it all works out? What will happen now? Let's just say for the finance world, I have more money in the bank. I don't have to worry about bills anymore. And yes, I can take a vacation. I can spend it on my children. I can make better relationships and connections with people. How come? Because I stopped thinking in the negative. I started thinking positive. And one simple statement, what if it all works out? So if you got somebody who's negative with you and you're already past this and they start chirping and all this crap is coming out of them, go, hey, what if it all works out? Because that's what you were going for in the first place, wasn't it? It seemed like you forgot about it. You're like, oh, and by the way, it always works out. That's my belief. That's Prococo's belief. It always works out. I don't care if I smash into a tree and wreck my new Ferrari, which I don't own, but nonetheless, I have insurance. They'll figure it out. Oh, but I love the color. Oh, come on, give me a break. It'll always work out. Some dude I meet at a bar will say, oh, I pay Ferraris for a living. What? Holy crap. It always works itself out, but you just don't know when it's coming. It's a journey, and you don't know what the journey is. It's doing it all by itself.